Good afternoon everyone and welcome to another Andrew McWilliam karting video. Now you might be wondering, where have all these videos been? Well, I've kind of not been in England for a bit. So I'm back in England and I'm now recording this, which is a little bit late because the Rye House event has already happened. So as soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to go and make a Rye House video as well. Anyway, it's Rissington. It's a kind of cool circuit, but it is very kart dependent. And for our first race, we are starting in second place. By we, I mean Andrew, because I'm not in this race. So we're starting in second place. That means we're on the outside. Fraser Brunton's in this as well. We've got Christopher Powell-Taylor, Thomas Layton as well. Some huge hitters in this name, but of course the biggest B is going to be Fraser that Andrew's going to have to deal with. And Fraser's on the inside, so that could be a little bit worrisome. With that said, let's jump straight on into the heat. All that's important at this point is that we make sure we don't jump start. You hear me, Andrew? Don't jump start the race. Perfect. Well, when I say don't jump start, I don't mean, be about 2 years behind the driver in first place. But anyway, we're still in second, so I guess we can take that as a win. Good job, Andrew. And third didn't come through, so maybe this guy in front just has a really good kart. Maybe Andrew was caught a little bit napping. I didn't really look at how quickly Andrew got his foot on the power, but this guy takes too early of an apex through the right-hander. We're going to close in, go on, send him first lap, move to the inside. Up the inside we go. We make the apex. Andrew's just absolutely goated at this point. And now all Andrew has to do is get his head down. Never mind, he's not going to get his head down because he got done on the exit of the corner. We're going to get the switchback on the switchback. Go on, Andrew. Show him how it's done. And this time, once bitten, twice shy. Andrew's not going to get re-overtaken again. He's ahead, head down. And from this point, nothing really happened. So skipping forward right to the very end of the race, well, we make our way into the final couple of corners and it is still clear in front of us. A nice win to start the day. Some big points going into the championship. And as you can see, we finished just 0.3 seconds ahead of Alex Forward, with Fraser Brunton only managing third. Absolutely washed. But we start the race exactly, or we start the day of racing exactly how Andrew needs. With that said, let's move on into heat number 2. For heat number 2, we're starting a little bit further down the order. This is our mid-grid start. Mid-grid start, that sounds nice. Anyway, we've got George Lawler in this race. He's the only other C1 driver. Some decent C2 drivers, most notably probably Zach Watson, Philip Bullall. Isaiah's also fairly decent as well, so all drivers to keep an eye out for. There's a Leeds driver as well in there, starting in 7th place, so always have to be careful of those crazy Leeds drivers. So moving on to the start of the race, we are on the outside of the grid. Need to make sure we're on the bumper of Isaiah up ahead. I'm pretty sure that's Isaiah. We get an okay start, but the inside's getting away much better, so we're going to move straight on over to the inside, and now just searching for where to go. No, not on the grass, Andrew. That's not where you want to go. There's no grip there. We're going to lose a position. A little bit of bumping. That's going to get Isaiah to go a bit wide. Hashtag clean driver. And now go on, send it up the inside. Yeah, no, that one's not quite going to work. To be honest, I think that's just a bit of a lap 1 chaos. No malice involved. There's a bit of locking up going up ahead. Everyone's going a little bit crazy, as I think that's Lizinski and Watson going side by side. And yeah, we're kind of getting gapped out of the corners. This might be what we endearingly refer to as what's going on with the rear end. Oh, Isaiah's coming through. Hello, Isaiah. I feel like there was a little bit of loading there, because as much as I want to meme on Andrew, I do not think it's possible for Andrew to go sideways coming out of that corner. Wow, Isaiah. I feel like everything just went in kind of not slow motion, fast motion. Isaiah's trying to carve his way up to the field. Red suit in front of us goes a little bit wide. Look at Isaiah's knees. This guy is so tall. If Isaiah was short, if his knees weren't above his hands in the steering wheel, bro would be about 3/10 a lap quicker. George Lawler's gone through. This other driver's gone through. Andrew's going backwards. Andrew, what's going on? This is absolutely unacceptable. We're trying to do our very best. We're going to follow Isaiah through. Go on, make it 3 abreast. Easy double overtake from the king himself, Mr. Club 100 champion, as we are back up into 6th place. I've forgotten where we started now, to be honest. My memory is not quite what it used to be 10 seconds ago. But we've gained a position. We're up to 6th. Now we can try to get our heads down, pull away from those drivers behind, and start to pick our way through the field somewhat. Mr. Watson's still leading. Is Andrew going to go for a little send? No, too far behind. We're going to go in tight. This driver misses the apex, but he still gets a better exit coming out of the corner. He did take the wider line, I guess, but here Andrew definitely gets a better run out of the corner, and this guy's going to pull away down the straight, possibly. Okay, the gap stays about constant, so you can see the kind of kart difference between these two as the driver in front completely overshoots the corner. Andrew tries to get to the switchback, but the inside's covered off a little bit late, and a little bit of a poke up the inside a bit late on. We might have to refer to this move when another move comes into play, but go on, send it up the inside. The driver on the outside sees the move coming and leaves room. Good on him, and we are now up into 5th position. Yes, we are up into 5th position. So back to... No, we started in 6th, so we've gained 1 position, so that's pretty good, I think, all things considered. Next up is going to be a Mr. George Lawler to try to reel in. Unfortunately, though, George Lawler was not to be reeled in. He was able to overtake Philip Babulal up ahead, and we're going to have to stay in our beautiful 5th place. But to be fair, I think that's a bit of damage limitation, all things considered. So there are the results. Zach Watson wins by 2.5 seconds. You can see that our best lap time, 51.2. Yeah, lacking a couple of tenths there, but yeah, I guess the drivers in front putting some good lap times. We'll take a P5. It's about consistency over the heats. And speaking of heats, we've got 1 more heat to go. So our 3rd heat of the day, we've got some familiar faces around us. We've got Zach Watson starting directly in front. Christopher Powell-Taylor, the only other C1 driver, but there's a few good C2s as well. I think Leo Licastro is quite quick as well. Murtaza Hassan in this too. Isaiah's here as well. Adam Sheargold. But starting on the outside of the grid, again, same as always. This time we're starting from down in 8th position. Make sure we're glued to the back of Watson as we get this race start underway. The inside, as always, will get away slightly better than the outside. We can't go to the inside immediately, so we're going to have to sit on the outside, which will eventually become the inside, folks. So this could work out quite nicely. They're going 3 abreast. 3 of them die, and we're up into P5. Thank you very much, I guess. And welcome to Club 100 Heat. Sometimes you got to be able to spot when the murder is going to occur, and that was a bloodbath. So we're up into P5 as Zach Watson locks up the rears by a tiny bit. I don't think we outbraked ourselves, but we didn't get a good run coming out of the dogleg. These two are having a bit of a battle in front of us. We've lost a bunch of time because we got the corner slightly wrong, and Zach's going to go up the inside of Murtaza Hassan. Those two are going to kill each other. Can we take advantage of this? We can indeed. We're going to go around the outside, give Zaki a little push. Thank you for murdering Murtaza, Zach. We'll take it from here. So we are now up into 4th place, but never mind. This driver from Heat 1, I think that's Alex Forward. I think it is him, if I remember correctly. But anyway, we dropped a position. He absolutely sent it from the middle of nowhere. We might have a bit of a dud kart once again. Or Forward's got a very good kart and is pushing Watson along. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, guys. This kart might not be it. So we've got our 2nd bad kart of the day, and this is a bit of a shocker because through comes Licastro, through comes, I think that's Murtaza Hassan. It is indeed. We're going to try to fight this one back. Can we go up the inside? No, Hassan's through, and yeah, okay, good luck, Andrew, defending this. We've dropped down to, is it 7th now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. We're down to 7th. We're going to get a little bit pushed. That means someone's up our inside. No, never mind. Andrew actually holds on to the position. Fair play, McWillers. I thought he was definitely going to drop down a place because it looked like someone was giving him an almighty shunt into turn 1, which is why we went a little bit wide. But this is where we're going to get absolutely mugged off. Watch down the straight. Who's going to come flying past us? Or it might be coming out the dog leg. Slightly defensive from McWillers. Because he's making sure no one can send it up his inside, but it doesn't matter because you'll come out of this corner, you'll come out too slow, and someone goes up the inside. Oh, we're missing the apex, so is someone up the inside? No, okay, Andrew just doesn't know what an apex is. Same old stuff, I guess. You're meant to take, actually, I say that. Someone was probably there, but then they they pansied out of it and backed out. So yeah, there's a while left of this race, and we're going to skip forward to some excitement. By excitement, I obviously mean dogs. And here's the dog leg, because everyone knows dogs are the most excitable of creatures. And I don't know if we went wide, but we come out of the dog leg, and looky, who's going to go up the inside. Here comes Mr. Joe Craddock. And yeah, we've lost another position. Having raced at Rissington this weekend, it was kind of crazy, where if you had a kart that was a bit off, it just felt so bad coming out of the dog leg, and there was nothing you could do. So I can't even meme on Andrew for, getting overtaken by Joe, by getting such a bad exit, because yeah, there's just nothing you can do to get the better exit. You can see how much we're catching up to Joe through, the actual mid-speed corners. Never mind, Joe kind of gaps us a little bit there. He got on the power a bit better, so I think Joe took a slightly better line. And then down the straight, well, kart comes in, #kartdiff. And even though we're taking what to me looks like a better line, it's not going to matter, because we are not going to have the bottom end. So after a lap, we've already dropped a whole bunch of time to Joe. And now rounding through the final couple of corners, we are going to finish in a lowly P7, which means that we did gain one position from the start of the race. So it's not all doom and gloom, but you can see our fast lap at 51.6. We were over a second a lap off the fastest time. Andrew, you're so washed. Imagine being a second a lap slower than Leo Licastro. That's awful. I don't think you should show your face in Club 100 again after that. Awful performance. Yeah. So here we go for the finals, and well, Jake Chapman starting this race on pole with Bobby McGurr alongside. It's an all C2 front row. Then is one of our championship rivals, Dante, starting in third. We've got Ethan Saunders Wilkes in fourth. Fraser's up there, Sam's up there. We're starting down in P10th, but the two quickest drivers are, of course, actually the three quickest drivers are starting outside of the top 10. Rory O'Regan, myself, of course, in 16th, and Harrison Kirkham in 18th. These are the three drivers that you really need to watch out for in this race, who are going to dominate everyone. I mean, just watch. It's going to be, and just to prove something as well, if you look, Andrew McWilliam fastest lap time 50.844, Yusuf Bin Sahel fastest lap time 50.722. So I'm clearly the better driver than Andrew. I just had worse heats. So here we go then for the race start. We're starting on the outside of the grid. We can even see the pole sitter as well. So it's a great place to be starting this race from. The pole side has already gone, so we're going to drop down a couple of positions. You can see Sam, Tommy Lee coming through. There goes George Lawler, and there goes Vishal Patel as well. We've got a driver grass karting already. There comes Rory. Bush, bash, bosh. Get out of my way, son. See, I told you, watch out for Rory. That's a quality driver right there. Those are true driving skills. That's how you overtake people, folks. So we're going to sit behind Rory. We're going to let Rory do our dirty work for us. Go on, Rory. Show us how you overtake George Lawler. Go on, send it, son. Send it. Yeah, boy. Oh, a little bit more pushing. Actually, to be fair to Rory, that was a clean overtake. But we're going to get absolutely gapped here by Max Chapman. I'm pretty sure that's Max. So we're going to follow Mr. Max Chapman through, and we're going to overtake George Lawler in the process. And we gain, lose, keep the position. I don't really know how it works. There were so many position changes. Honestly, if you want to see a great version of this, go watch my video, #MilkyCereal73 on YouTube. I was further down the grid because I'm a better driver, obviously. So I got to see way more carnage, and honestly, absolutely exquisite camera cinematography in that video. So after you've watched this, after you watch the Andrew McWilliam Ryehouse video, Milky Cereal Rissington, that's where it's at. Rory trying to go around the outside of Mr. Lovelace here. Is it going to work? It absolutely is. We're going to go into the back of Chapman. Can we make it now 4 abreast? Well, we'll make it 3 abreast. Through we go. Thank you very much, son. Rory almost made that move work around the outside, but it doesn't matter. We've gained a position. We're up into, I think we're up into 6th now. And this is where things are going to get a bit spicy, because I'll give the context, guys, right? I won't keep you all in the dark. What happened here, right? Dante had a bit of a bad go-kart. Or so he says. I think he had a bad go-kart, but it's funnier to think he had a really good go-kart, but just thinks it's bad and say he can't drive. So Dante had a really good go-kart, but he forgot how to drive. So he lets his buddy, his good old buddy, old pal, Sam Lovelace through. And he's like, oh, Andrew, absolutely not. You're not coming through, which is kind of base, to be fair. So Andrew's like, get out of the way, Dante. I'm coming through. We're going to go up the inside, and we're going to get squeezed up onto the curb. We're going to get spun around. Bye, everyone. Oh, that's me coming through. Hi, guys. Bye. Oh, that's me going through there. And actually, before we go, I want to show some more perspectives of this incident. So here is Rory O'Regan's view of the incident. Andrew is going to get this beautiful switchback. He gets a little helping hand from Rory. He's trying to go up the inside. It gets covered off by Dante, and I don't really know who's at fault. So let's ask Dante what he thinks himself.
And we lose the lead. Harrison comes alongside. I could have easily just come on, swiped across Harrison there. You know, big contact, turning in on him, but I'm not that sort of driver. It's not really the way I like to race. I know a lot of people who like to just turn in really hard on other drivers to defend their position, but it's just not the way you want to race.
That was Dante last year from an A final battle. I don't really know. I'll leave it to you guys. They probably both deserve it. Anyway, I then overtake Andrew at that point, and that makes Andrew very mad.
You now must voice over every single one of his sprint videos. This will continue until you beat Andrew in a race. Oh, so all I have to do is beat Andrew to get out of this.
So we now have something at stake. If Andrew can get past me, he can have me make more videos for him. Whereas if I'm able to stay ahead of Andrew, I would have beaten him, and I will be free from making Andrew McWilliam karting videos. So this is what spurred Andrew to now have the drive of his life. Now, it was only a lap later when Andrew began to catch this huge group of drivers because, well, as I mentioned, Dante was white lining it at the very front. And there you can see is me at the back of the train because I like to be the guardian of the train. I'm trying to stop Andrew from overtaking anyone here, right? That's my job. I'm not thinking about the direct battle with Andrew. I'm just having a laugh. As I said, I was trying to get the camera footage in to make great content, and you can see just how crazy it is. It's four abreast. No one knows what's really happening here. So Andrew's going to say, here, I'll overtake 3 people in one corner, guys. Why are you guys even struggling? I mean, come on, who are you randos? Like, seriously, 3 drivers in one corner. Zach Watson's going to say, hey, I'm not a rando, watch me. And Andrew says, just get lost, Zach. You're not part of this video, go away. So we get back past Zach, and now we're going to try to overtake Alex forward. So we just nudge him out of the way. Go on the grass, Alex. We don't care about you. Through we go. Now next is Jockey Wilson, but we're going to have forward on our inside. Never mind. We cover off forward quite nicely. Nice wide line. Lots of mid-corner speed. And now we're on the hunt for Wilson. And you can see my suit. It's really dirty, so that cost me 2/10 a lap. And as we come into this corner, we almost run into the back of Jockey, but we decide against it. You can see I'm going for this beautiful switchback, you know, no contact overtake from myself. Jockey's going to give me a nice push. Andrew's going to give Jockey a push Jockey wide as well, move to the other side of the circuit. Go on, Andrew, bish bash. Okay, to be fair, I'm taking the mick. I get so scared of Andrew that I go wide through the corner. I'm like, oh my god, Andrew's going to kill me. And yeah, so I'm just trying to ignore him. I get another push from Andrew, and I just think, oh, you know what? Andrew's going to absolutely murder me. I don't want to be part of this. So what you'll see here is I'll take a nice wide line. I'll let Andrew go up the inside. I definitely didn't try to hang it around the outside. And through goes McWilliams. He's now going to send Lewis Marchant. No, he's not, because he's a little pansy. No, let's just bash Marchant out of the way. Great overtaking racecraft, Andrew. You know what? I take it back. The overtake on Dante definitely. Oh, right. Okay, push Lawler wide, and through we go. We're going to squeeze Lawler onto the grass as well. I got footage of that on my camera as well, by the way. Just saying. Now we've got Kirkham. Where are we going to go? Okay, we're going to go around the outside of Kirkham. Is this going to work out? Of course it's going to work out. We're then going to go to the inside. Boom! 3 more positions gained. Yeah, Andrew, I hadn't watched this A final footage before. This is so bad. Up the inside of Dante we go! Yes, son! No contact this time round. Is Dante still on the inside? Oh, he is. There's more contact. The Dante-Andrew rivalry continues, folks. But it doesn't matter because we're through. We're up a position. Now we got 3 more to overtake. Okay, I will just say, I know it's been a little bit physical. If I had been spun dropped to the back, I would have been just this physical as well. But I do think Andrew spun. Yeah, no comment. Anyway, we're going to go behind Charlie Forster, or are we going to go behind Tommy Lee? There's a bit of contact between them, so we'll just say thank you very much. We'll take 1 position. Round the outside goes Andrew. Every time I tried that overtake, it never worked, and I lost 2 places. But I think I had a bit of a dope kart. Anyway. 2 more places to go. This guy takes so much curb, he flies off to Narnia, so we're going to go up the inside of Charlie Forster. Another position gained. Forster won't go up the inside of McWilliam because he's frightened of the king himself. And we gain another position. Go on, send him, Andrew. Where are you going to go? Oh, the door gets closed. That's moving under braking as far as I'm concerned. I think Andrew avoided what could have been a nasty accident there. Great driving from Andrew. This guy isn't going to be like Dante and turn across us going into the right. Oh, God. If people could actually figure out from this video whose side I'm on out of Andrew and Dante for that incident, I'll actually be mightily impressed because I'm just going to stir up the pot between the pair of them. Anyway, we're through, and to be honest, from this point, it got kind of boring. So unfortunately, no more overtakes after that point. We did catch up to these 2. Oh my God, is that Fraser and Max Jake Chapman? Holy hell. Is Andrew up into 4th? Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Andrew was at, dead last. And he's brought himself up to 4th in about 10 minutes. That is crazy. No, it's not. It's Ethan. Okay, still, up into 8th. That's pretty impressive. We gain a couple of positions. Yeah, it's not the final that Andrew would have wanted, let's be honest, but it's how it went. 50.4, so I guess he got a faster lap than me, and I'm still stuck in making video jail. So I will be making the Right House video, and we definitely need, down in the comments, guys, leave a message if you want to see more Dante-Andrew rivalry. #LouderHunt. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more Andrew McWilliam karting videos. And we'll see you all for the next race at Right House.